Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Movie Talk. I'm gonna say it's been over 5 months since the last episode, and I cannot believe how much time has flown. I just me personally, I couldn't get the correct crowd to come in. Everybody that I was making plans with already had other arrangements. So the previous episode we had ended with we were gonna do the Warner Brothers segment and discuss all the anger that we have. And I still got a bone to pick with Warner Brothers because they copyrighted my last episode, which is garbage. But you know what? That's a question for another time. All right. But we're gonna go ahead and start off with a new episode here. But before we get started on the topic, I want to go ahead and reintroduce my guests. We've had them here before. They were actually here for the what was his name? Mel Brooks. The Mel Brooks episode. That was episode 3, I believe, and I had so much fun that I wanted to bring them back for this episode, and this is going to be a fun one too. But before we get started, I want to go ahead and introduce Jay, also known as Mousie's Collection on Instagram.
Yes, what's up, everybody? My name is Jay, and I run Mousie's Collection. It's formerly JJ's Vintage. I changed the name due to like a life-altering event. My brother-in-law passed away, and he used to call me Mousie all the time. And Mousie is actually a character from a movie called Mi Vida Loca. And also because I'm short, I'm only 4'11", so Mousy was a name that stuck for like the last 17 years. So I loved him dearly, and I thought maybe I would honor him by changing it to Mousy's Collection.
And that honestly, that was honestly a really good name change. I love the logo and I love the new name. Um, and I didn't even know that it had something to do with you honoring your brother. So that's actually really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's really deep. And I remember you mentioned that a while back, and I just, kind of gave it a little space and to mourn. And much more fitting could you, pay tribute to him in with the legacy and long term by, revolutionizing your whole image and profile, and to share that with, friends, family, new people. Like that's wild. Like that's probably one of the better ways to honor him, instead of like just keeping it inside and not shame, but just, kind of like closing the book, on people that are beloved.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing one of the best things you can do for them. So,
Yeah, and
right on.
it's that's an awesome tribute, on an awesome homage, and once again, like we mentioned when it first happened, I give you my condolences, my prayers to your family. I know it's still something that you guys are going through, but the fact that you actually did this for him, um, it shows a lot of respect. So, respect to your family and to you, Jay.
I appreciate it.
And then, as far as your content on your page, you still into retro collecting? I presume vintage toys and collectibles.
Oh yeah, I still am. Still trying to collect things that I always wanted as a little girl. Adding it to my collection. My son calls it my legacy, which I love. And then getting some new stuff here and there. So it's growing, but I do have a lot of stuff that I do want to put out this year. So stay tuned.
Cool. All right. Well, just guys, if you guys want to follow Mousie's collection on Instagram, the link will be in the description box below. I suggest you give it a follow because her content just keeps getting better and better. The followers keep
Thank
growing,
you.
and once again, thanks for being here with me.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
It's an honor, man.
And then of course we have Sean. He's back also from the Mel Brooks episode. Uh, he goes by Classy Cat 42 on Instagram. I think his camera froze.
Oh no.
We apologize for the technical difficulties, but this will be the perfect time to discuss my partnership with W. So please go ahead and head to w.gg and you can get a 10% discount on any product they offer using the code word FIXATED, FIX8D. And you'll see it on the screen here. Once again, w.gg. Head over there for a 10% discount for my code FIXATED. and enjoy their products. Now, back to the show. All right, sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone, but we are back. Let's start off once again with Sean, aka ClassyCap42 on Instagram. Go ahead and let us know about yourself once again.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the coolest podcast on Instagram. We are here to talk about the spoof genre. Kind of a not a dying genre. It's kind of getting a healthy resurrection as of late. I believe Liam Neeson maybe put the staple in that to spruce some life back into the parody universe, so to speak.
Yeah.
And we just spent a little break time to catch up and revisit this different world that I guess, were amongst in the early 2000s, I'd say, for the resurgence of this variety of humor that is really not non-existent, but it went into hibernation for a while. So we're here to bring it back and spruce it back up
So
for the next generation.
now that you brought that up, do y'all believe that Liam Neeson's Naked Gun reboot brought back that feel for parody again? Because we haven't had that kind of a comedy in a while. I mean, let's face it, the Naked Gun. If you saw the new Naked Gun movie with Liam Neeson, it was tame compared to what's coming up next from the Wayans brothers with Scary Movie 6. And we'll discuss more of that as we progress through the episode. But do you guys honestly think that maybe the Naked Gun was one of the main reasons as to why we're bringing back parody films?
I think it could be. It could have just kind of set it off. I haven't seen the new one myself, but you saying it's tame, then with the Wayans brothers coming out, wow, yeah, that one. I, I mean, I don't know. I think maybe the Wayans brothers with this one might set it off completely and maybe open doors, for more parodies to come through. But it definitely sparked it, I think, maybe, the comeback.
If you really think about it, guys, we're getting a trifecta, not trifecta, yeah, maybe a trifecta of parody films right now. We got the Naked Gun, we're getting Scary Movie 6 in a few months, and then next year we're getting Spaceballs 2, another freaking parody. So we're getting 3 big juggernaut parody films in just 2 years alone, Sean?
Right.
That's a very slim window of time to be getting, these franchises and these spurts of, how do I say this? Not even cancel culture, but it's just like an offset look at, the blockbusters that have come out over the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Like Naked Gun was more, like tame is a very good word that he's said, Jay, for like not a review, but just to put it in a bubble, that it really was a heartfelt tribute to Leslie Nielsen and Ned Beatty and like all that original generation of actors that were in that original trilogy and Police Files, or from the Files of Police Squad, excuse me. And I think he really lit the fire back into, and not only him alone, but I think the guy that did the movie did the rescue. What was it, a Rescue Ranger movie? Where Sonic was cameo.
The Rescue Rangers live action movie that they made.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that, the guy that made Naked Gun was involved with that.
Yeah.
And you could tell that he's like witty. He's got the right mind to like bring out these rapid fire jokes.
Yeah.
To like old audience, modern audiences, and everybody will get it, so to speak. I'm sure there's stuff that went over people's heads and maybe especially like young kids if they saw it, because Chippendale, like they just like look chipmunks, da like they just recognize that and think it's cute. But there's people that know who these characters are, know the references, and like, oh my God, they went there, or da da da, like this and the other thing. Like they just know what to expect and put it in, in a box and just say, yeah, this works. Like let's get this guy for Naked Gun and bring that out of the ground. And honestly, it delivered in that regard. Like it was short, I think a short pace, like not even 95 minutes,
Yeah,
would you say?
it's a really short movie.
But the plot is like simple enough to where you're not bored. Like every joke that comes out, it's like 4 out of 5 of them are really funny.
Yeah.
And there's like one miss for every banter of dialogue. And the choreography is really good for what's there. Like, when my wife and I saw it, like she was expecting like an action, standard Liam Neeson thing, but I'm like, it's really not that kind of movie, but I hope you're gonna like it.
Yeah, well, I shared with you guys the story what happened when I went to go see that movie on episode 3. Just a short story of it is, we went to go see it with my wife and my brothers, and of course there was another few people that were sitting right next to us. They walked out halfway through the film because they didn't think it was hilarious, and it's like, you bought a ticket for Naked Gun. What did you expect? Freaking, I don't know, Shakespeare in Love, I guess. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you would spend real
worthy,
money?
scene-stealing performances, like epic proportion monologues.
Exactly.
Like,
You're
really?
talking about a movie that was directed by, like you said, like I believe it was the director of Chippendales, but also Seth MacFarlane, who produces Family Guy. I mean, come on, you should know what you're walking yourself into.
Right.
Yeah, and they were hyping that, for months ahead of time to make sure they had the right, clientele to be interested. They weren't just gonna like set this up to be a bomb, because if this didn't make it, like forget it. Scary Movie wouldn't have even been greenlit. What's the other? And I don't know. I mean, Spaceballs, if it was in the works prior,
It was.
that's been a thing, as we know. We talked like for years. It was just a matter of time where the stars aligned for that.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think I just think the modern uplift of these was aided by Naked Gun a lot.
Exactly.
To bring it full circle.
So, discussing parody films, is that's what we're going to discuss. I wanted to bring up one topic right now, discussing past parody films before Scary Movie dropped in the 2000s, because we know that was the film that literally brought all these other parody films in the early 2000s, which is going to be another topic we're going to discuss in a few minutes. But I wanted to discuss the parody film that touched you guys the most before Scary Movie. And as always, we're going to start with ladies first. Jay, go ahead and let us know what was the one parody film that hit you.
Hot Shots, actually. Hot Shots. Other than yeah, Hot Shots. That one was, I mean, just the stuff that was in that movie was hilarious. I mean, I think that stuff is funny, but the of course the Naked Gun, because I grew up watching that, and then going back to my books, Dracula Dead and Loving It, and Men in Tights. That absolutely. So those are the ones that really stick out in my mind.
And what about you, Sean?
Just to go off on that, I mean, solid picks, like the solid trilogy right there of hits. I mean, off of real quick, Dracula Dead and Loving It. I don't think it's enough love from Mel Brooks fans. I saw a video of that, like how they do like behind the scenes stuff, and they talk about the making of and yada yada yada, like how if it was difficult or not, if it really wasn't like a full-fledged, if Mel didn't have the passion behind it.
Yeah,
I disagree. I don't know. I've watched that, I think over a handful of times over in the last like 10, 15 years. And every time I watch that, like I really get a lot of chuckles out of that. Like it's not like his, I'd say, like opus of parodies, but it's definitely up there on the top tier. I don't know if we mentioned it the last time, but that's that's definitely one. If it's not my top though, like I have to say my first really memorable one that I always go back to is Ruthless People
Oh man.
with Danny DeVito, Bette Midler,
Mm-hmm.
Judd Reinhold, and Helen Slater.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm sure I'm missing notable people that were in that movie that show up, and you're just like, oh my God, they're in this too. Like that were in so many shows and other projects, like serious movies in the 80s, 90s, whatever.
Yeah.
But man, like that, and I think that's a Jerry Zucker movie
Yeah.
who did um, Hot Shots, Top Secret, Kentucky Fried Movie. Ah, there's one. I knew I thought I was gonna forget about it, but I knew I had to mention that one because that's like Hercules in New York era for me. I'd say because it's like late 70s,
Uh-huh.
right? That's a great collection of skit for parodies.
I'm not gonna
It's
lie
not
to you.
really like, oh,
I completely forgot
sorry,
about Kentucky Fried Movie.
dude, and it's crazy. Like when DVDs were really like still popular, like it was the way to get movies anymore because tapes were dying out or almost fully extinct. Like there was a lot of promotion for that as like another anniversary release that I picked up at I think Best Buy had a sale on it. And I was like, this looks really like absurd, but I want to watch this because it had like the fried drumstick on the cover with the woman like the pinup model like next to it. I'm just like, this is like really bizarre, but I want to watch what the heck this is.
Yeah.
And it was just such a gritty like collection of just off the wall
Mm-hmm.
things that could they were real reality based scenarios, but they were just like, man, no F's given. Like
Yeah.
in that movie, that's what made it great.
And see, that's
And
the
it
thing about
definitely,
that's the thing about parody films is that okay, let's not say all of them because after Scary Movie it just got dumb. But anyways, that's beside the point. Back in the day,
right.
they had all these jokes and they didn't give a damn. Like they actually did what they wanted to do, and if it hit, and if it didn't, it didn't. You know, like for me, the movies I enjoyed watching during my time was like Jay said, Hot Shots, Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, Robin Hood, Men in Tights. But the movie that actually always comes into my mind when I think of parody films before Scary Movie is, I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a movie called Mafia. It's a parody of Godfather.
Yes. That was Lloyd Bridges was in
Yes,
that.
yes, and so is Christina Applegate. Like, that's
Kelly Bundy, right, right.
yes. So you watch the movie and it actually works as a parody because they actually try to parody The Godfather in so many ways, but they always end up doing their own thing. But it's still freaking hilarious, and it's one of those that I can watch and still laugh, and not like something like date movie or disaster movie where you're watching it and it's like, what am I wasting my brain cells on?
You feel yourself off of that getting like dumber by the scene. I mean,
Exactly.
especially what was the one you said? Disaster movie?
Disaster movie.
That I give those guys credit for what they were trying to do because they wrote Scary Movie 2, right?
Yeah,
And
like,
some and the first one.
and that's the thing that really makes me mad is like every time you watch any of those trailers, and I don't want to jump into this right now because I want to save this for later, but every time you
Yeah.
watch any of those trailers, what they were proud of is 2 out of the 6 writers from Scary Movie made this, and they would always promote that in their movie trailers. But I don't want to talk about. You guys know this. I'm pretty sure you have. Everybody has. But I don't want to talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that right now because I want to save that for later because I have a lot of anger towards those movies because I did waste a lot of time watching that garbage.
Hey, you and I both, brother. Don't feel bad. Like it was an equal level of suffering over the years.
At least we didn't spend our money watching it. We just waited till it come out on Blu-ray or rent it at Blockbuster, or even better, just pirate it off the internet.
Oh, dude, I mean, I had the privilege to check that out at midnight shows when they were still a thing at the theater that I worked at. Like, there
Oh
was
wow.
no way in hell that I was gonna buy them or rent them at
Hmm.
all. Like, if
Hmm.
they were given to me, sure, I'll throw this in. Let's give it a whirl, whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
What am I losing? An hour and a half? Okay.
Yeah.
But to piss out what, $25, whatever it was for like base price when they
Yeah.
came out? No way in hell.
So I don't
Sorry,
know
not
where y'all
sorry.
live, but back where I used to live, they used to have a theater that was literally like for movies that had been out for a while, right? And they
Hmm.
would have the movies out for like $1, so you can watch the movie for $1 at the mall.
Oh yeah.
The majority of those junk movies would always end up in that theater, and that's how I would watch half of them because I would waste my time going over to see just so I can watch it on the big screen.
You'd
Um,
buy that for $1.
I guess so. I imagine those poor, pitiful dollars that I wasted watching that film, dude. But
Whew.
I was a almost like a past my teenage years in the early 2000s. So
Yeah.
it's movies, you know.
Sure.
I regret it
Something to
now.
do. Yeah, and I don't listen. No harm done, man. You spent time, and it's probably the one of the least harmful things you could have done. And you remember maybe a handful of scenes, but whatever the rest that you saw and the countless entries after, you're just like pass,
See, and
whatever.
that's the problem with those movies is that you watch them once and like they just get tattooed in your brain. Like you try to remember great scenes from better movies, but for some reason those that garbage sticks and it sticks to you like a leech.
Meet the Spartans
Ah,
sticks with me. I
good
hate to say it.
lord.
I think because at that time, like I saw 300, around maybe it had to be before that. And that movie was just like so stylish and so uh in depth of tone, and like a graphic novel brought to life and well acted and
Hmm.
just cohesive. And then you watch this and it's like, okay, I could see where they were gonna make fun of this or
Hmm.
that scene, and da 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 da. You go through it, dissect it in your brain,
Yeah.
but you're like, this is really like dumb. This is really flat out dumb.
You were gonna
It
say something,
is,
Jay?
and I actually have that one on DVD.
Ah, good
Oh,
lord.
Because
sorry.
I
Oh my
do.
Whoops.
god.
That's
Guys,
the only one I
please
have. The
please excuse Jay.
I don't know what was going on at that time of my life. Yes, forgive me, guys.
I do. I feel bad that you held on to that for so. What are you doing?
Yeah, do. When I find it, I'll post it for you guys.
Please do, because we really need to see
Oh,
this. We need to see this holy girl of yours.
I do. I have it.
So let's talk about the next topic, which is gonna be
wait.
what's up? What's up?
Uh, real quick.
Yeah.
Does Porky's count as parody, or is that like a legit comedy? Because I love that movie too, like a lot, and that's one that would, maybe until again this point in time of cinema, I don't think it would even like they tried to remake it. I want to say 5 6 years ago, and no go, and the same with Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
But
And
even
meatballs.
now, um,
Yeah,
meatballs, right?
yeah, can't do that.
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't know.
I don't know if Porky's falls under parody
No, I
because
mean
it's a legit comedy.
it is, and it's like I know they were I know they were telling like a lot of that period of time, 50s or whatever. I think it was Angel High or something like that,
Hmm.
and just those characters are just like out of a cartoon, like out of a comic strip, like the funnies, because Pee Wee, Meat, is the big jock, Brian was, the awkward Jewish guy that got me, bullied all the time, and Mickey was the hillbilly. What's her name? From Sex and the City was oh God, Kim Cattrall. She played I forget her name in that, but they called her Lassie. You'll know what we mean by Lassie if you take a listen. And just staple scenes of that movie, like again, pop out, and
Yeah.
it's just memories, man. Good memories, though. Like I will have to do a separate video
Hmm.
on that, like that trilogy,
Yeah.
because I have a really good story of how I came to see that movie.
Uh-huh.
But I don't want to dive into that rabbit hole here. But I will save it if I'm allowed to come back.
You know, it's gonna happen, and we'll have to watch all three movies, so we're all fresh on it, so we can remember that. All right. So
And all three are funny. That's the best part. Like how like the Hangover trilogy, like I say the first one is the king of that the hill for that
yeah.
genre. Two was like not a repeat, but they kind of played it safe.
Yeah.
And then three is just like, all right, we got to end this. It's the last hurrah. Like let's throw everything in the kitchen sink at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah. It's interesting
Like
how that movie changed from Hangover to Hangover 3, but that's another story.
sure, yeah, got off topic.
No, you're good. You're good. I did want to discuss the next topic, which is discussing now that we're in the 2000s, the first scary movie, working our way to scary movie 2, 3, 4, and then the horrible scary movie 5, which I did not watch. I did see previews of it, and I already knew it was gonna be garbage, and I'm glad I did not watch it. Um, but
Oh, you were saved by the angels on that one.
no joke. I'm so glad I did not watch. Even the director of Scary Movie 5 said, "Don't waste your time with it." It was that bad that even the director told you not to watch it. If a director's telling you not to watch his film, then there's seriously a problem.
And
But
brother, I didn't listen because whoo, curiosity killed the cat on that.
oh jeez, man, that movie was horrendous. Just by watching the trailer, I can already tell it's gonna be bad. But okay, so
Yeah.
let's discuss the first scary movie. And I mean, of course, you guys know the Wayans brothers directed it. And it was for me. I think that was the first movie that we saw Anna Faris in, and um, I wasn't expecting the level of comedy that film delivered in the 2000s. um, Watching it in theaters, there was not one chair that was quiet. That movie had people laughing from beginning to end. So, with Jay, let's start off with you. First of all, did you happen to watch that one in theaters? And if you didn't, what did you think of the film when you watched it?
I actually didn't get to watch it in theaters, but I mean, I just remember watching it the first time, and it was funny as hell, um, probably like a breath of fresh air, seeing them parody Scream and all these other things, and not just scary movies, other movies that they incorporated in Scary Movie, which is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I did have to revisit and watch it again because it's been years since I've seen it, and boy, it still holds up. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that I never caught. Of course, watching it for the first time, and then now seeing it again, catching things, and then thank you for sending that one with all those Easter eggs in there, because there's things that I was like, oh my God, blown away, that I didn't even catch when I watched it this time around. So yeah, it's good, and to me, it still holds up. It's funny as hell, and I'm excited, man, for this next one.
So, with that being said, do you think this film, Scary Movie 1, and I'm never gonna delve into an area I don't like delving into. So you can answer as a yes or no, and you don't have to go into further details. Do you think this film would survive in today's, in quotes, comedic era?
No, not with everybody getting offended by everything. There are some things that I was all like, "Ooh, I don't know if it would be acceptable." I guess by with today's generation.
Yeah.
So I don't think.
And see, and that's the thing that I have a worry about Scary Movie 6 failing, and like I said, we'll talk about that later on, is that I think Sean brought this up. Not if it wasn't in the in the blog right now, it might have been later or earlier in our chat that Scary Movie 6 can only survive if you have tough skin and you're able to you know able to laugh at the situations. Like in Scary Movie 1, it a lot of people thought it was hilarious and they didn't get easily offended about it. But of course, there are jokes in there that can be easily offensive, which is the reason why it's so memorable. Now,
Right, yeah.
Scary Movie 2 did the same thing, but I think they played it a little safer. It wasn't as raunchy as Scary Movie 1, but it did have scenes. So, Sean, I want to see if you can discuss Scary Movie 2 for us.
Sure. I mean, I'm agreeing with that statement about that they played it on the more safe side because they got a taste of success with the original one, and lightning in a bottle. You believe that theory that it can happen again if you get the same crew back together. You get a new kind of how do I say this? A new bunch of characters to join the crew that you feel fit will be like a team player into your how do I say this? I'm not drawing a blank. Like I just want to like incorporate that they wanted a specific vibe to come with this next entry. They really wanted to blow it out of the water. And I feel that the studio really had heavy hands on this with scripts, with rewrites, with tone, anything under the sun that you can imagine for this sequel. I feel like it was just dreadful for Keenan Ivory Wayans, Sean and Marlon. I think even I saw this recently that Kim Wayans was cut from the second one in a deleted scene.
Oh.
Maybe that might have been the first one, but excuse me. She they were all together and talking about like, oh, they were in the house and it was like a storm outside, and Kim Wayans was like a newscast, a weather woman, and she's like, deadly flooding is happening now in the town of Wurtsboro, and she's just like, oh, what are we gonna do? Like we're stuck here, and then like, I know we can use my car, and I guess it was like a imported car, like a foreign car, and she's like, oh, this just in, all like imported cars have a recall on them, so they will not work in watery flooded areas. She's just like, oh, what are we gonna do? And then Jordy comes up with this idea that, you know what we can do, y'all? We can make a plane and we can get ourselves up into this house. And then she came out now that's just really retarded. Like she's talking to them in the scene, like broke the fourth wall. I don't know why it got
I've
cut.
seen that scene.
It must have been. I literally just saw it like earlier in the week. Like they just been like spewing it out to us, but it's getting so much momentum. But I just really feel that it had the syndrome that Tim Burton went through with the first Batman.
Yeah.
That he did with Nicholson. That they have all this they're overseeing like vultures. They want to know like, what are you putting in here? Is it really going to work? Is it going to make sense?
Right.
Like they're hounding the crew, like they're doing like a million takes like Stanley Kubrick used to do, and just driving people crazy with rewrites and changing stuff on the fly. Like there's no bond that was in the first one. You could clear as day see that they had a blast making it. It was their thing. It's their humor, like that people wanted to see, and they, like Jay said, like Scream was covered wonderfully. All of the Matrix I thought was handled like really well because it was hot then.
Yeah.
Right,
Um,
yeah.
it really it really seeped into the mind of like it didn't go overboard, into the parody territory, but it's like, oh, that's really like clever with what they did with the bullet time at the final fight with Ghostface. Like that
Yeah.
was really really brilliant, and like ingenious. And it's just like two really just kind of threw stuff in a blender
Yeah.
and took, I'd say, like a select few commercials and scenes and just said, okay, let's do Hollow Man. Let's do the Nike commercial that just came out like a few
Yes.
weeks ago and throw it in there. Let's do Charlie's Angels for like a 30-second
Right.
gag.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was just weird. Like it worked. It was funny, but I don't know.
I feel like,
And
and I'm glad you
you could
brought
just
that. I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like once Scary Movie 2 came out, that became the formula with the rest of these other films. Um, so with Scary Movie 3, you felt the same thing. Now the blender that they used in light mode for Scary Movie 2, they put it on full blast in Scary Movie 3 because they started mixing a lot of
yeah,
stuff in that film.
whip, like
But
the last setting of the button, like
exactly, and then they added a little spice of tame to make it more, I guess, box office friendly because they went from rated R from the first two movies to PG-13, and it
Right.
and it didn't
oh
become the
yeah,
Wayans brothers movies anymore because back history, of course, the Weinsteins took over the franchise and they pretty much stole that franchise from the Wayans. So once they did that,
yeah,
then we had Scary Movie 3, which I thought was pretty good. I honestly I think that's the best of the post Wayne's ones. And then we got Scary Movie 4, which was meh. And then of course we got Scary Movie 5, which just came out like what 5 7 years ago. I don't remember how it came out. And that movie was a complete train wreck.
2020, yeah, 2019 maybe, like before pre-pandemic, I'm sure.
Pre-pandemic, yeah, I
Yeah,
think it was
had to
pre-pandemic.
be.
And just by watching the trailers, like I said earlier, I did not watch it because I knew it was going to be a hot mess. But just by watching the trailers, it was horrendous to watch it. I didn't even laugh once at the trailer. I don't know if you saw it, Jay.
Ooh. And you know, yeah, let
Actually,
Jay
I
go.
haven't. I dodged a bullet with that one.
So you never saw the trailer as well.
I don't even remember. No, I don't even remember watching the trailer. So that's something that I need to go back and look at because I
What?
don't remember. I vaguely remember watching three.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, oof, I need to go back and see.
No, three is you will like three a lot. I mean, Leslie Nielsen is the president. Excuse me, the president in that,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it's not a spoiler really. There's a nice Easter egg in Naked Gun, so it gives you more reason to watch that.
The homework.
But it kind of brings your love of Hot Shots and Top Secret and Naked Gun. Really, it throws it in a nutshell pretty well together in the second sequel, rather have you.
Yeah, so they brought.
And
I think they brought
David
in.
Zucker and
They,
them.
they brought in David Zucker into this one, right? He was the director for Scary Movie 3.
Yeah, and Jim Abrams and the brother really took heavy on the scribe for that one,
Yeah.
and you feel it because it all like flew very well. It was woven very well put
Yeah.
together.
So
It wasn't just random.
for me, Scary Movie 3 was pretty much the most watchable from the Wayans films. After the Wayans films, once Scary Movie 1 and 2 were
Post
done,
Wayne.
yeah, post
Yeah.
Wayans, Scary Movie 3 was probably the best one because I saw Scary Movie 4, and I mean it's funny. It's got its funny moments, but it's not as funny as the other ones, and I feel like they meshed way too many films in that film to try to make it funny. And even then, there wasn't even. There was a lot more non-scary movies than there were scary movies. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know what I mean because we had what in Scary Movie 4 we had The Village, we had War of the Worlds, and Saw. I think those are the top three they were parodying, and of course other films in
Those are the
between.
main, yeah, the main three.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think they had a Mike. I think they had Mike Tyson show up in the fourth one. Correct me if
Uh,
I'm wrong.
it was Shaq.
Oh, yes,
It was Shaq. It was Shaq,
yes.
and Dr. Phil at the
Shaq and
beginning.
Dr. Phil.
Yeah, yeah. And then in Scary Movie 3, we had
Yeah,
I think it
again.
was The Ring. We had Signs, and there was what was the other one? There was one more, but I think those are the top two they were
Oh God.
parodying.
The ring signs and God. Oh. I mean, they did the Matrix again.
And they even put
The
8 Mile in there too. 8 Mile, Eminem's 8 Mile.
8 Mile. Yes.
They literally had a whole scene dedicated to parodying 8 Mile, which is once again, it's not a scary movie. Why would you put it in there? Just for the laughs.
Just just to again build the audience
Yeah.
because they
But
knew the Waynes, were MIA and they knew they had to make it a hit. They were investing a lot of money into it,
yeah.
time. I mean, again, pretty wise move because
Hmm.
it wasn't just like the Charlie's Angels one from part two.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a blink and a miss reference.
Hmm.
It was like a full-fledged scene
Yeah.
with what's his name? Simon Rex,
Yeah.
um Anthony Anderson, Kevin Hart,
Hmm.
all those cats. Like it was a really well put together not montage, but just section of that film.
They did mesh 8 Mile with the other movies in there, and that's the thing I liked about Scary Movie 3 was like the movie flowed. It flowed the way it was supposed to flow. Unlike Scary Movie 4, when you watch it, it's kind of like all over the place. But they tried to incorporate
Oh
too much.
God.
They tried to incorporate too much War of the Worlds in there, and I feel like they just threw in Saw just for the hell of it, which is that's how I felt watching it.
Yeah,
So
Scary Movie 4 had like the Saw I think end cap
yeah. Hmm.
with Dr. Phil and Shaq. Like it just really quick, like, yeah, this is we gotta get out of the trap. Like, what are
Hmm.
we gonna do? And like they were both like banting off like ping pong,
Yeah.
ranting off each other and just trying to figure out like, and the trap was ridiculous. Like it wasn't anything scary or not, but it was
Yeah.
literally something that probably a 4-year-old could get out of, and they were just like,
And that's what I'm saying. Like
and
they
I
had
think they,
they had Scary Movie 4 with Saw, but they had Saw at the beginning as the intro for the film, and then the bookend. So what was even the point of having it? Just because
yeah,
they wanted to have the film in there. That's the only reason why they wanted to put that in there. So for me, I feel like
because
Scary
it
Movie,
because it made
huh?
no, because it made money. It was popular. That was the sole reason.
Yeah,
And people were seeing Saw that those Halloweens every year.
yeah,
It was a money maker
yeah.
pretty much.
But
Really
Jay,
sad reason to put it
I'm
into
gonna
the
tell you right
movie.
now, though,
But
Jay, you are so freaking lucky that you didn't even get a glimpse of what Scary Movie 5 was. Because, good lord, that
she's
movie.
really fortunate.
Oh my god, I'm actually sad for you, Sean, that you wasted brain cells watching that film.
And you know what's crazy to go real quick because I don't want to spend too much. It doesn't deserve much time of day to
Hmm.
be talked about.
Yeah.
It's just I watched it really, really late one night,
Hmm.
like in a couple summers ago, and I literally had that same reaction of like, why the hell did I even bother? Because such a such a talent, not even talented, but there were some cameos that were talented that were literally wasted, like thrown to the meat butcher shop
Hmm.
and just given the worst exchanges that you could possibly vomit to them. And you didn't even give them full range to improv the scene. You literally just like gave them a scene and said, "Yeah, go with this." And see what we get.
Yeah.
and just wing it. Like, screw it. And
Yeah.
it's just like, but is it supposed to be scary? Like, literally, like, it reminded me of an acting class gone wrong. Like, what's my motivation here, Mr. DeVille? Like, that felt like every scene because
Yeah.
they were trying to do Black Swan with humor. They were trying to do God, I think most of it was Black Swan, honestly.
Hmm.
And I'm just trying to remember the other movies that they threw in there. Like, oh God, I don't even know. I know that was the main focus. And Black Swan, it was already like creepy to begin with, and it wasn't. Oh, there was one where a group of like I think they threw Evil Dead in there,
Hmm.
the remake
Yeah.
where one of the characters got like the Anna Faris replacement got a hold of the book, the
Hmm.
Necronomicon,
Yeah.
and started reading it off like oh, it's like oh, whatever, let's try this recipe. And the college kids like group every time she announced the spell, something like ghastly would happen to them. Like they lose limbs, lose their tongue, like eyeballs, like you name it. And it got like it really got like really grotesque. And it just didn't become funny anymore. So I don't know what they were trying to nail with that, but twisted.
Yeah. So Jay, trust me, you saved yourself a freaking hour and a half of not watching that garbage.
That's fine.
But you know what?
Absolutely.
The silver lining is that at least you own Meet the Spartans.
I
which,
I'm not gonna.
Right.
which
What's
which
up, man?
which actually brings me to my next topic, which is everything that came out after Scary Movie. So, Jay, I want you to start us off with this segment because I know you've seen the majority of these parody films as well. Not the majority, but at least some enough to discuss what you think about them.
Some of them are, a hit or miss. There are some funny scenes in Meet the Spark. I didn't get to see a lot of them. I think I got to see, gosh, Vampires Suck. I think I
Mm-hmm.
saw that one,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought that one was, oh, it was pretty funny. There were some, scenes in there, but gosh, I'm trying to think of right off the top of my head, but this is the one that pops out probably because I have the DVD and I've seen it a couple times, and that's the one that comes out to me the most. But it's not, it doesn't capture what Scary Movie,
Yeah.
it doesn't capture that essence.
Right.
There's many moments here and there, but it's not like where you're going to be laughing throughout the whole
Mm-hmm.
movie.
Right. Did you guys or for Jay, did you ever watch superhero movie?
I don't think I did.
So for
I
me,
might have to look where I
Oh.
did.
that's probably one of the stronger films in parody, as far as after Scary Movie. The movie kind of flows really good. It has its flow and it's parodying a bunch of superhero movies, but the one that it parodies the most is Spider Man. And I watched it. I recently watched it a couple of weeks ago, which is the reason why I wanted to do this podcast. Um, for me, it still holds up. It honestly still holds up. Like you could tell the actors are actually trying. They're trying to have fun with it. Drake Bell is in. He plays the main superhero. I think it's called the Dragonfly. And then the villain from Happy
Dragon,
Gilmore, he
yeah.
plays the villain in this one too, like the Green Goblin counter.
Shooter Mavin.
Yes, yes, that guy. Yes, Shooter McGavin.
Christopher, I think Christopher McDonald is the
Yes,
actor's
that's his
name, I
name,
think.
Christopher McDonald. Christopher McDonald.
To go off that really quick,
Hmm.
100% agree with you on that verdict for a superhero movie, man. Because I saw the Joe Blow originals like channel like breakdown for that movie,
Hmm.
and man, that is definitely one of the more watchable ladder spoof because it really follows that blueprint for Sam Raimi's original Spider-Man,
Yeah.
like almost to a T. Like that's the backbone of the film. But
Hmm.
man, they really nailed a lot of like uh not what ifs, but a lot of like questionable plot holes like throughout popular superhero flicks we've all known so well over the years, and we're just like, this doesn't make any sense. You go gloss over it, and this one kind of like exposes it in bright light, and like perfect example, Superman 2, Christopher Reeve at the end, the theatrical cut, Richard Lester cut, when he's in the Fortress of Solitude fighting Zod, Non, and Ursa, and he peels that symbol off of his chest, and it literally becomes like flying cellophane and traps them. And Seth MacFarlane, our buddy, made huge note of that years later and was like, "Wait a minute, what is that really a superpower? What the hell? Like, did you just rip that off your chest?"
He did a cutaway for
It's just
Family
like
Guy.
breaking the fourth wall again, but
So, after they released all these films, we had like, oh my god, I'm looking at the list right now that I sent you guys. We have what? Let me list out the movies that we had to endure during this time. All right, we had date movie, we had epic movie, we had extreme movie, we had Meet the Spartans, we had superhero movie, disaster movie, what's this one? The Spanish movie. Like everything has to do with parody movie. That's what it was. Like what are we doing? Let me see what else. There's another one here that actually caught my
Dan
attention.
Helsing.
Yes, Stan Helsing. Vampires Suck. The Hungover Games. The Starving Games. Like, are you serious right now? It's like, have you ever played those Tiger Electronic games back in the day when they would release Tiger games for every little thing? That's what these movies are. It's
My
literally
God.
just that.
I had a bunch of those.
And of course,
Not another
Piss poor replacement for games.
which one, Jay?
not another teen movie. That one too.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna get at. For every garbage film that we got, there were some hidden gems because we did get Shaun of the Dead in there. They said Dodgeball is part of that category as well. Let me see what else is here.
Really?
Dance Flick is also in there. Yeah, they say that Tropic Thunder.
Dodgeball is excellent.
Tropic Thunder, we got Tropic Thunder. And there were some hidden gems in the parody realm if you avoid the dung that comes after that. You know what I mean? What were you gonna say, Jay?
Right. Oh no, I was just agreeing because I didn't think of it like that, like the Tropic Thunder and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm saying. So I mean,
Oh, that was one of.
Go ahead, Sean.
Sorry. No, that was one of my go-to movies for summer of 2008. Next to the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk, like that was probably one of my more watched action comedy films of that year. Like brilliant, just brilliant. That's when Ben Stiller was still cooking with comedic wit, like bar none.
I remember I saw Tropic
Another movie
Thunder.
that
I remember when I saw Tropic Thunder in theaters. The three movie theater or movie trailer parodies that they did were just. You already knew what you were getting yourself into the minute you saw those trailers.
so good. I would watch those movies, which is hilarious.
I'm saying so. I mean, like I said earlier, there are films that are good in between all the garbage that we had to put up with. You just have to find them because there's so many garbage parody films that it buries the good ones away. Like I said, Shaun of the Dead, Tropic Thunder. Those movies are the ones that we should consider as good parody films, but we always forget them or some of them because we have all these other garbage movies that are out. All these freaking parody films. Like I said, extreme movie and Spanish movie and yada yada movie. It's like it's ridiculous. But
How about this one? I can't believe we overlooked this, but Streak, if you know what I did last Friday the 13th, I think I got that right.
Yes, I remember that garbage.
But holy mackerel, man. came out at the same almost pivotal point of Scary Movie,
Yeah.
and yet they claim that they started production earlier,
Hmm.
and that movie was a hot mess.
Yes.
It was star powered. It had the right idea behind it. It had the greenlit prior to Scary Movie, like they had the momentum. But man, what a train wreck that you could just easily whisk on by and not even be sorry that you didn't look at it.
Oh my
Because
god.
man, there is maybe two good scenes in
Hmm.
that whole mess,
Hmm.
and that are laughable, that are worthwhile. But that movie is just like it desperate. It's a desperate film.
Hmm.
It's a lot of sitcom stars
Yeah.
that were just trying to hang on to relevancy, and you're just like, keep it moving, pal. Like,
I think Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell is in that movie, if I remember correctly.
yeah, she's like the Gale Weathers character.
Yeah. The only reason I know this, everybody, is because I saw the movie poster and I saw the DVD cover. I have not seen that film, nor will I watch it in my life. Now that, especially now that you told me that it's garbage, Sean. So I'm glad that I can avoid it, just like I avoided Scary Movie 5.
Yep. Yeah, two horrendous misfires that you don't need to expose yourself to.
Yeah, like
So do yourself the favor, brother, and hear me out.
and with these other garbage parody films, it's you can't even watch it when you're bored. That's how useless they are. Like I tried watching Date Movie one time, and I was like, you know what? I've never seen it.
Mm.
I've never seen it. I'm gonna watch it just because I've heard about some of the scenes that are in it. It's meme worthy, and like I watched it and I was like, okay, I'm done. 10 minutes later, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, guys. It was horrible. It was horrible. And then I saw Epic Movie, and that was just as bad. It's like, oh,
Oh yeah.
so
Epic One was what of all the Avengers, like
adventure
did
films.
they?
Yeah, they did Narnia and they did Avengers, and yeah. So that's the thing with parody films is that the reason why the parody genre died is because all these freaking 5.99 dollar bin movies came out, and we haven't been able to enjoy parody the same way again because people think that that's the garbage that you're gonna get. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
now that we're getting Scary Movie 6, the Wayans have promised that they're gonna go back to the roots, no hold barred comedy, and we saw the trailer. We all saw the trailer. They're keeping their
Yes.
promise. They're keeping their promise. So,
Oh
uh,
yeah,
Jay,
they're delivering for sure.
they really are. So, Jay, let's start with you. Like, now that Scary Movie 6 has been announced, and we saw the trailer, and we even saw that they're bringing up the date a week early because of the hype the film is getting. Do you think this film is going to succeed in the box office? And do you think that they can bring back that humor and magic, I guess, that the first Scary Movie had?
I really do hope so. I mean, we're talking about a comedic dynasty, the Wayans. We all grew up, we grew up with the Wayans brothers, in Living Color and, Keenan and Damon, in their movies and the humor. I think they will.
Mm-hmm.
I have the faith that they're gonna capture it. And just like the trailer said, every line will be crossed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Just based off the trailer, and people are already getting their feathers ruffled.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting to me, and I really can't wait to see it because I truly believe that they will deliver,
You
and
do.
I think it will succeed. There's, especially with our generation, we're gonna want to see that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And like, I'm glad you
Bar
said that
none. Yeah,
because
like
I was gonna say that I'm glad you said that because that's the generation that's excited for this film is the generation we grew up in watching the first Scary Movie. We're the ones that are really pumped for this film. Um, this generation, I don't think they're as excited for it because the jokes don't go to what they think. um, and like I said, I don't want to jump into politics because it's something that I don't like. But this film is going to bring that. It's gonna bring some pros and cons, and it's gonna divide moviegoers. I think. What do you think, Sean?
I mean, I definitely feel it's needed. Salud. Um, it's a needed film, man. We need like a long uh how do I say this? We're long-winded from getting a break from all this noise, from this oppression, from these agendas that keep showing up in our feeds, like this nonstop, like in our face stuff, just nonsense. Like this, it's the most appropriate time for this to just crush that in your face and laugh at all this nonsense, sensical shit, and just bring it back to raunchy, grade A humor that if hey, tough tough titty if you get offended. Like grow a set and just deal with it. Let it roll off wear your heart in your sleeve, let it roll off. Don't take it personal. It's a joke.
Right.
Yeah.
And they say there's a sliver of jest in excuse me, there's a sliver of truth in jest, in every jest. That may be, but just take it again with a grain of salt. Take it as light as you need to not be so well, I heard about it. Like it's a film, it's a comedy. It's exploring a lot of like rambunctious stuff that's been going on for longer than we've been alive. And it's just looking at it in jest.
Right.
Take it for what it's worth. I can't wait personally because I saw the first two with my dad in the theater. I was laughing my butt off. I love those guys from their show, from their films post scary movies. Like I'm a fan of these guys. I mean, maybe not so much the haunted house spin-offs that Marlon did, but I love, them, the three of them together. Like they're just so brilliant and unafraid to, go there and to explore that craft. That creative freedom is like uncanny these days, and I salute them for it. Like I'll be there, man.
Man, that's good. I like that one. That was a good one, Sean.
Thank you.
That's it.
Yeah, you want to add anything else, Jay?
No, no, I can't. I can't follow that. He said it all.
Yeah,
And I just can't wait for it to
Ah,
come.
you guys are too kind.
everything we wanted to say was going to be put on there. Oh, we're clipping that one. It's going on TikTok.
Oh, snap. Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, like we're we're seeing this kind of humor a lot more. I think. I don't. So I watch South Park. I love South Park, and I feel like they push the envelope
Yes.
all the time. You know. So I feel like if the South Park guys can do it, why can't anybody else do it? Why is this such a problem? I mean, I get it. It's still a problem when South Park does it, but why? Just because this movie's coming out on the big screen, it's a problem. Like I don't understand. I don't
Right.
understand it. I never will. I go to the movies to go, you know, get my mind out of the world for a while and just entertain myself. That's the reason I go to the movies. I spend money to go watch a movie to get out of the real world we live in now, just for a couple hours, and then and just enjoy myself. You know. But that's just my mentality. I'm pretty
Preaching to the
sure.
choir, my man.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely. Enjoy yourself.
any moviegoer will tell you that. You guys, I know, will agree with me. Is like that's the mentality you should go in when you watch films, and even if it's something like this, where it's not something you're not into or you don't agree with, that doesn't mean you have to go and ruin it for everybody just because you don't like it. But
100%.
so I mean, there's gonna be some people that are gonna support
Just
it.
off,
What's up?
no, just off of that, it's
Hmm.
like, you know, you want to enjoy it, embrace what you're seeing. You want your creative juices just to, work and your gears to turn. Like,
Hmm.
I'm not saying you want to come out there like a genius or anything like,
Yeah.
or a mastermind inventor after watching
Hmm.
something, but you can learn a lot of what's going on in the moment of what, you may have missed
Yeah.
from a movie, depending on, again, which genre that you're uh, partaking in, of what your interest is. Like, there's so much out there that to unearth,
Hmm.
in a film.
Yeah.
There's layers and layers and layers of material if
Hmm.
you really want to utilize that. But there's
Yeah.
like this film, it's really the centerpiece of it is that they want to make you like laugh. They want you to have a blast with it.
Hmm.
They don't want you to tear it to pieces. They don't want you to like just shame it because of it's racist already. It's offensive because of the trans agendas or anything
Hmm.
under the sun. They don't want to just put that in your face and like get you in a mood. They
Yeah.
want you to just take it for what it is at
Hmm.
the end of the day, and you know try to have a good time.
Exactly.
No one's forcing it.
Yeah. I mean, like exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say. You're not being forced to watch it. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. But don't get mad at other people that want to
Yeah.
watch it. You know, like let whoever wants to enjoy what they want to enjoy. And like you said earlier, it's a comedy. It's supposed to make you laugh. It's supposed to, you know, I know it's not gonna bring a lot of happiness to a lot of people, and I get it because they're gonna find some of the jokes offensive, but that's not the point of the movie. The point of the movie is for you to just laugh at the world and laugh at what's going on. Like that's the problem is that we have so much stuff going on that we forgot how to laugh.
Yeah.
So true, man.
Yeah, so
Sad.
I'm
It's really heartbreaking.
I'm I'm hoping that it does well at the box office, and I'm hoping that it does bring in more parody films in the future. Um, I know that nothing's gonna top this movie as far as the big, uh, the big noise it's getting. You know, because this movie is getting a lot of noise
Mhm.
for all the right and wrong reasons. And Naked Gun didn't get this kind of hype. Spaceballs is getting the hype because um, it's a movie that fans like y'all and me have been waiting for years, and this is a movie we've been waiting since the '80s. So that's a
Yeah,
different kind of hype. But Scary Movie 6's hype is more of a political hype. Um,
Yeah.
right.
and like I said earlier, it's going to split moviegoers. So I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping that if you it just comes out and it just goes with the flow as far as releasing it, and it whoever watches it watches, whoever doesn't, who doesn't, whatever you decide, it's all good. But I know I will be
Absolutely.
watching it. I will be watching it for sure.
Uh, Same.
Oh, hands down. I'm on and up probably, if not that weekend, that next week gets out.
Yeah,
I will be there.
100%. Yeah,
No
definitely.
doubts about it.
I'll be there watching it, and
And
I'm gonna be supporting the Wayans because I want them to release White Chicks too.
dude, same. Like, I love that original one. Like I was saying, post Scary Movie, man, that was one of the better, more popular ones that worked for
Yeah,
them.
Mhm.
In the vein of Don't Be a Menace to Society.
yeah,
Like that's another sequel that I want to see.
yeah. See,
Then this,
they
I
promised
don't have
us
it
that
down. Sorry.
if this movie makes good at the box office, they did say, okay, if it's good, we'll do White
Mhm.
Chicks 2. We'll do Don't Be a Menace 2, and that's what we want.
Yeah, and on that I don't ask for much. Just quality sequels, man,
Hmm.
because those are really to a degree legacy sequels now.
Yeah.
That a lot of notable celebrities, characters are, unfortunately, some are no longer with us, but there's enough that are still out and about and active that will do a lovely tribute to the ones that aren't with us anymore, that didn't make it, whatever the cut, or they'll just honor it in a humorous way, probably without, like Coming to America could have done that
Yeah.
had it not have taken so long to get to our attention. Like Eddie and Arsenio, I think, really missed the boat on that. And the whole, this could be another podcast, but John Landis, the whole fallout with him and Eddie Murphy had a lot to do with the outcome of that sequel. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, of the whole incident with Twilight Zone. But just to wrap around with this, I really feel like it's competing with Spielberg. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Comes out as the Disclosure Day, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that movie, which I want to see
And
also.
I told my buddy, like, that's on here, that wants to do the Hook episode with us. Like, I told him, I'm like, dude, I want to see both, but I'm going with the Wayans first. Like, I love Spielberg's like vision, I love his material, but I'm going for humor first, and I'm about laughing first. Like, forget all the alien against mesh and the nonsense and whatever they're trying to tell us with that movie. But it's always like, again, a message that what's going on under the layers, under the surface. And I just really want to, give benefit of the doubt to comedy.
Yeah.
Priority.
Jay?
I don't know if I can follow up that, but I'm excited to watch this movie. It's what we need. Like you said, we need laughter in our lives because there's too much going on in the world, and I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it and talk to you guys about it.
And that's another thing I'm also missing about.
I can't wait.
That's the one thing I actually miss about movie theaters is like I remember going to movies like gonna go see Rush Hour, like for example. Let me put that as an example. Rush Hour when it came out, the laughter that you would hear when the jokes would pop, like Borat. Also, Borat, that movie had me crying of laughter. I miss that in movie theaters. I really miss hearing the laughter of the audience. And I mean, we heard it when we watched Infinity War and any Marvel movie, but it's not the same because those are not meant. They're meant for you to laugh, but they're not comedy films like what we're supposed to be watching and what we're supposed to be laughing with. So I'm hoping that with this film, we're gonna be able to get back to that, and I will be able to hear that roaring laugh again that I haven't heard in years at the movie theater.
I would want the Wedding Crashers roaring laughs that I remember from seeing that in the theater, because that's like peak adult comedy that, oh my God, like needs another entry or some kind of just return, like ASAP, because the scenes in that movie, the banter between Owen and Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson and him, and Bradley Cooper, Christopher Walken, like you look at him, I look at him and I laugh. I'm just like, how can anybody do it?
Yeah.
But I don't know, that I remember, again, going back to the theater that I worked at, like when that movie opened, like I would literally do myself the favor of going in there and like watching, preview of the movie, and not, I'd already seen it, but just to take my ear to it and to the crowd, and like people were glued. And then I guess once, I think it was when they're playing the football game at the house, and Bradley just wallops like Vince that tackle, and you just like see him like wallop in the air, like it was like, was that a special effect? Like, and people were like they lost it. And it was just like you saw everybody's reaction. Like, I don't know if that was like in the script, but man, the David Dobkin like just kept that rolling, and oh God. Masterpiece.
Exactly, exactly.
Wild.
Well, guys, I want to do a final thoughts segment before we cut off the vlog. Jay, I wanted to start off with you. If you have any final thoughts you wanted to add to this episode.
Um, I'm a huge fan of parodies, and I'm excited for this one. As- uh, Sorry, I lost my thought for a second because I
Right.
got so many things I wanted. But yeah, I'm just excited for this. I'm actually gonna go to the theater and watch this one. Because like you said, hearing the laughs and all that stuff, but I'm excited and I'm hoping that, yeah, like you said, maybe it'll bring back the era of parodies, good ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm excited.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I agree with you 100% with that. I'm just as excited as well. Mainly for, like you said, I mean, just to be able to hear the laughs of the audience again, which is something, like I said, I really miss. And it brings back nostalgia of past comedies that I enjoyed, even as a kid to my young
Um,
adulthood and to now, you know? What about you, Sean? Any final thoughts?
Sir, just I really feel we're overdue for this type of film, and we just really should support, the level of interaction that they want to do for comedy, going forward, because it really is one of the better genres of art in the industry that's like still, I guess you could say, surviving to this day. Like it's really starting to thrive again and
Yeah.
get that revival that, man, we really needed.
Mm-hmm.
And I just speak for many that, in my family and my friends, like we just miss, man, like riffing off of and those like quotable lines and scenes from staples that, we grew up on. And like, and you said, brother, Rush Hour, man, Rush Hour 2,
Mm-hmm.
I went with my dad, and oh man, like that theater lit up with like every other word from Chris and Jackie, man, like non-stop.
Yeah.
You put them two in a room and it's just like magic.
Mm-hmm.
Like no matter, it could be about the most trivial of matters of because like a Seinfeld bit, like it's about nothing, but man, those two would make it funny.
Yeah.
Whether you're just like looking at them in an elevator or at a coffee shop line, like it would just from the get-go go off the chart.
Right.
And it's like I really hope that this is going to deliver that in that regard, that we miss the lightning strike again. Like we really need that fresh resurgence
Yeah. I
of grade A humor, because it's
I
just
agree.
it's almost a lost art. Almost, I say, because Naked Gun salvaged the death of the genre. I firmly believe that.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
gotta watch it, Jay.
Yeah, Jay, you need to
Paramount Plus.
I'm gonna have some homework.
watch it. I guarantee
Because
you, you're going to laugh and you're not gonna regret it.
I will.
what's his name? Help her out too. It's Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson. Um, God, the Ned Betty's son. He was in Cobra Kai.
What's his
Uh,
name?
God, he was Mole Man in Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
Uh, I forget his name. Bearded guy, but have kind of portly actor. Man, he delivers. Like everybody, and oh, the villain in 30 Days of Night
mm-hmm.
is the villain in this.
Yeah,
If you saw that with Josh Hartnett, that vampire movie, and
Yeah, I want.
cold, stone cold villain, man,
it pays a lot.
awesome.
It pays a lot of respect to the traditional trilogy that is Naked Gun. So, I think that's why I enjoyed it the
Very much
most.
so.
So, when you watch it, Jay, let us know what you think.
Oh, absolutely, I will.
Bet. All right, guys. Well, this was a lot of fun.
You're gonna
We
love it.
we delved into some hidden memories with these garbage parody films, and we actually got into our feels with Scary Movie 6's future release, something that I have never done before. But hey, I had a lot to say about it, and like I said, I'm hoping it's successful. And like you said, it doesn't. It brings back the resurgence of comedy films because, like you said earlier, comedy is becoming a lost art, and I don't want it to go away. I really do miss seeing comedies on the big screen, and hopefully with this one we can get that art back because we need it, especially nowadays. We need to laugh.
Laughing is medicine. Free medicine. That's what I've been saying for years.
It's
What keeps you young?
exactly, it's like the best way to avoid getting
Right.
stressed. But I'm gonna go watch some South Park now.
Fountain of youth.
Jay,
BK, BK.
Jay, you got a homework. I need you to watch Naked Gun and let us know what you think of it on our chat. Okay.
Okay, I will. Yeah, for
Awesome.
sure.
Jay, Sean, I really appreciate you guys coming on again. Like I said, we had a lot of blast on the Mel Brooks episode, and this one was just as fun. And I cannot wait for the next one. And FYI, Sean, if your buddy really is down to do that Hook episode, let us know. We're down to talk about Hook.
Oh, dude. For sure. Like him and I, we've been doing like trivia at the end of every month,
Mm-hmm.
and I want it up to him, post haste and get his wrangle his ass in on to talk for the episode because time ticking.
Yeah,
So
and
don't you worry.
we've been discussing Hook for like the longest time, and I'm waiting.
I felt bad. I didn't want to, no pressure, but I definitely want to get that out to the good people here of our lovely world. So
Exactly. Yeah. By the time, and hopefully, we get to release the episode before they decide to reboot Hook or make a Hook 2.
Oh boy.
yeah, that my buddy Dante Pesco keeps teasing that there was a draft that Rufio. Well, what if hypothetically that if Rufio survived and Pan was killed, like they wanna resurrect that script and have Dante Basco be lead this time. I'm just like,
Ooh.
nah, Robin's been gone too long. It missed the boat. The ship has sailed
Yeah.
on that. Like I'm not saying he couldn't appear in some form because now look at how all the AI use that's happening and the CGI use that in the Super Bowl commercials and
Mm-hmm.
the franchise sequels, the legacy sequels. Like it's unavoidable, right?
Yeah.
But for that, yeah, we label excuse me, we leave that at the one standalone, sequel to Peter Pan, and just reminisce on the magic that lies within that masterpiece. Because if they even try to continue, I think it would only succeed really in animated form or possibly maybe like a virtual thing, like
Yeah.
a attraction at the parks,
Mm-hmm.
like for families. I think that would be the best bet
And there you
if
go.
if you had to put me to it.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You got your sneak preview of the future Hook episode.
Bangarang.
Bangarang. Oh man. All right, homies. Boy, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for this. And like I said, I cannot wait for the next one. I had a blast. Jay, Sean, you guys have a great night, and I will see y'all on the next episode. Okay.
Peace out.
All right, homies, and then our loyal viewers, listeners, thank you for being here with us tonight. We had a lot to say, so we really hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all have a good night.